I am Rachel Rudwall, and I work as a storyteller with a focus on travel
Say
storytelling
that.
for
There were
TV,
plane tickets.
for
Love that
digital,
scene,
and for
Nancy.
print publications. And I had COVID-19. I was traveling on the East Coast at the beginning of March. So I was speaking at a conference in New York City, and then I went on assignment to South Carolina to produce media assets for a publication. There was enough fear at that point that all the sanitizer was gone in the shops, but nobody was actually changing their behavior. And 2 days after returning, I started to feel what I now know were symptoms. By day 5, things were bad. We called the local urgent care to speak to the medical staff. They said your COVID test will take between 5 and 10 days. We'll give you a call when that's ready. The next number of days were just one big hazy, confusing fog, really. The symptoms continued to get a lot worse. I had a fever of 102 degrees for 7 days. I had very severe body aches for a number of days that weren't helped by extra strength painkillers. The cough was bad enough that I could not talk and I couldn't walk. So basically, I just spent a week on the couch trying to navigate the waves of symptoms as they came. And then when the day was up, I would go to bed and try to navigate the symptoms through the night. Our greatest worry during this time was that things would take a turn for the worse if there was a really serious tightness in my chest. If, as a nurse put it, I felt like I'd run a marathon when I was sitting still. Those were things that we were on the lookout for. We were aware that they could come on quickly. And those were the real life and death sort of symptoms. And thankfully, I never developed them. Day 8, after the fever broke, that was when the turning point began. Really, that was probably day 14 or 15 in the entire process from the onset of symptoms. But that was the moment where I started to feel like, okay, I'm going to be okay. I could walk onto the back porch. That was miraculous. Going on 3 weeks after my initial symptoms had first appeared. And I asked the nurse if they had my results in the system, and it was clear by the tone of her voice that something wasn't right. Over the course of 4 different phone calls on that day, I eventually got in contact with the head of the nursing staff at urgent care, who informed me that, much to his embarrassment and frustration, my test had been lost. And the really crazy part, in my opinion, is that he said, this isn't the first time we've seen this, which means that my nasal swab and other people's nasal swabs, which are biohazards, are afloat somewhere. My plan is to take an antibodies test to make sure that I have the antibodies, which would confirm that I had COVID, and then donate plasma. That would be one way of confirming the results that all of the medical staff anticipated receiving in the first place. It's really easy to dwell in the pain and the discomfort and think, I wish this were over, or why do I feel this way? But the real gift, I think, lies in reminding ourselves that our body is doing something absolutely incredible. And that's a beautiful thing. We are still very much socially distancing, like pretty much everybody across the country is. But I'm also doing everything that I can to get outside for a short span of time every day. And that is bringing me a sense of joy.